What if the hardest part of traumatic brain injury recovery isn't the injury itself, but the waiting, the uncertainty, and the invisible struggle no one else can see? If you or someone you love is recovering from a brain injury, this video could change how you understand healing and give you real hope for the journey ahead. Welcome back to Balanced Motion Health, where we break down complex health topics into clear, practical guidance you can actually use. Today, we're diving deep into traumatic brain injury recovery, what it really involves, why recovery looks different for everyone, and what science and real-life experience tell us about healing the brain. Whether you're a survivor, a caregiver, or simply trying to understand brain health better, stay with us because this conversation matters. Section 1. What is a traumatic brain injury? Simple explanation. Before we talk about recovery, let's quickly clarify what a traumatic brain injury, or TBI, actually is. A TBI happens when a sudden force damages the brain. This can come from car accidents, falls, sports injuries, physical assaults, explosions, or combat injuries. Some TBIs are mild, like concussions. Others are moderate to severe, involving extended loss of consciousness or brain bleeding. Here's the key point. Even a mild TBI can cause serious, long-lasting symptoms. And that's why traumatic brain injury recovery is often misunderstood. Section 2. The invisible nature of brain injury. One of the hardest parts of traumatic brain injury recovery is that you often look fine on the outside, but inside, the brain may be struggling with memory problems, fatigue that doesn't improve with rest, mood swings, sensory overload, difficulty concentrating, sleep disturbances. Imagine trying to run a marathon with a sprained ankle, except no one can see the injury and they expect you to sprint. That's the daily reality for many people recovering from TBI. Section 3. The 3 phases of traumatic brain injury recovery. Recovery doesn't happen all at once. It usually unfolds in 3 overlapping phases. Phase 1. Acute recovery. This begins immediately after the injury. The main goals are stabilizing the brain, reducing swelling, preventing further damage. During this stage, rest is critical. The brain needs energy to repair itself, and overstimulation can slow healing. Phase 2. Rehabilitation. This is where structured recovery begins. Depending on the injury, rehab may include physical therapy, occupational therapy, speech therapy, cognitive rehabilitation. This phase focuses on retraining the brain, building new pathways to replace damaged ones. And yes, progress can feel painfully slow. But slow progress is still progress. Phase 3. Long-term adaptation. This is the most overlooked stage of traumatic brain injury recovery. Even months or years later, people may still experience symptoms. Recovery becomes less about going back to who you were and more about building a new, functional normal. And that's not failure, it's resilience. Section 4. Neuroplasticity. The brain's superpower. Here's the good news. The brain has an incredible ability called neuroplasticity, its power to reorganize and form new connections. This means damaged areas can be bypassed, new neural pathways can be created, skills can be relearned. But neuroplasticity requires repetition, patience, consistent effort. Think of recovery like carving a new trail through a forest. The more you walk it, the clearer it becomes. Section 5. Common challenges during traumatic brain injury recovery. Let's talk honestly about the obstacles. Cognitive challenges, short-term memory loss, difficulty focusing, slower processing speed. Emotional challenges, anxiety, depression, irritability, emotional outbursts. These emotional changes are not character flaws. They are neurological effects of injury. Physical challenges, headaches, dizziness, balance problems, chronic fatigue. Understanding these challenges helps reduce shame and self-blame during recovery. Section 6. The role of rest, sleep, and energy management. One of the biggest mistakes people make during traumatic brain injury recovery is pushing too hard, too fast. The injured brain has limited energy. This is where energy pacing becomes essential. Break tasks into smaller steps. Schedule rest before exhaustion hits. Limit screen time. Respect mental fatigue. Sleep is not optional, it's therapeutic. During sleep, the brain clears toxins and strengthens neural connections. Healing happens when you rest, not when you grind. Section 7. Nutrition and brain healing. Food is information for the brain. Key nutrients that support traumatic brain injury recovery include omega-3 fatty acids, antioxidants, protein, magnesium, B vitamins. Hydration is also critical. Even mild dehydration can worsen brain fog and fatigue. While nutrition alone won't cure TBI, it creates the conditions for healing. Section 8. A real recovery story. Let's talk about James. James was a 32-year-old construction worker who suffered a moderate TBI after a fall. After the hospital stay, everyone assumed he'd be back to normal in a few months. But 6 months later, he couldn't focus, forgot conversations, and felt constantly overwhelmed. The turning point came when James stopped comparing himself to his old self and started measuring progress differently. Instead of asking, "Why can't I do everything I used to?" he asked, "What can I do today that I couldn't do last month?" That mindset shift changed everything. Recovery didn't mean returning to the past. It meant moving forward with intention. Section 9. Mental health support is not optional. Traumatic brain injury recovery isn't just physical, it's emotional. Counseling, therapy, or support groups can reduce isolation, improve coping skills, help process grief, strengthen motivation. Needing help is not weakness, it's strategy. Section 10. How long does traumatic brain injury recovery take? This is the question everyone asks. The honest answer is, there is no universal timeline. Recovery depends on injury severity, age, overall health, access to rehabilitation, support systems. Some people improve in months, others continue improving for years. What matters most is not speed, but direction. Section 11. What caregivers need to know. If you're supporting someone with TBI, your role is vital. Remember, fatigue is real, even if tasks look easy. Emotional changes are neurological. Consistency beats pressure. Your patients can become part of their healing environment. Section 12. Hope and the future of recovery. Research in brain injury is advancing rapidly. New therapies, improved rehab techniques, and better understanding of neuroplasticity mean that traumatic brain injury recovery today looks very different than it did even 10 years ago. Healing is possible. Improvement is possible. Growth is possible. If this video helped you understand traumatic brain injury recovery more clearly, give it a like. It helps this message reach more people who need it. Subscribe to Balanced Motion Health for evidence-based, compassionate guidance on brain health, recovery, and wellness. And if you or someone you love is on this journey, remember this: recovery is not linear. Progress is not always visible, but healing is still happening. You are not broken, you are rebuilding. We'll see you in the next video.